Chapter 13. Don't be afraid, Maria. In truth, Strong hadn't received any specific information. His target was always the businessman Mr. Zhang. In his younger years, Mr. Zhang had made his fortune in the food industry, promoting his products as clean and nutritious. However, these products contained many illegal additives that caused severe illnesses, especially in children. Strong's own daughter had died from consuming them, suffering from epilepsy, cerebral palsy, and kidney failure. Strong had quit his high-paying job to seek justice, suing for compensation and hoping to see Mr. Zhang imprisoned. But Zhang's connections proved too strong. Not only did Strong lose the case, but he was also countersued for extortion and sentenced to 6 years in prison. After his release, Strong continued to appeal, but justice remained elusive. Eventually, he gave up on legal avenues and decided to take matters into his own hands. He sold his last house to hire a private investigator, learning everything about Zhang's daily life. He discovered that Zhang vacationed at this tourist spot every 2 years. Determined to confront him, Strong rented a small shop in the area, waiting for the right moment. By a stroke of luck, the unprecedented torrential rains trapped Zhang in the area. Seizing the opportunity, Strong meticulously planned his counterattack, resulting in Zhang's death. Unfortunately, Zhang's family was not present, or Strong would have taken them down as well. The restaurant employees who assisted Strong believed they were avenging the elder chef and defending their food supplies. They saw themselves as the righteous party. Even if some doubted the morality of their actions, the sight of the supplies taken from the villa would quell any objections. After all, survival without food and drink was impossible, no matter how many people were involved. With dawn breaking, Strong glanced at the other villas in the rain, then called his group to retreat to the ruins. They had eliminated the most influential figure in the villa area. The remaining groups would be easy targets. He refused to believe the wealthy villa residents had no hidden supplies. Mr. Zhang alone had brought many valuable items. At 7 a.m., Maria jolted awake. Ever since the apocalypse began, with continuous torrential rains, she hadn't slept well, constantly fearing that desperate people might storm her villa, endangering her life. Maria dressed and, as usual, checked outside before heading to the living room. Lily was already there, looking terrified, her hands shaking as she clutched her phone. "What happened?" Maria asked. "Maria!" Lily's voice trembled. "Someone died." Maria glanced at Lily's locked phone. Had she seen something? Maria took out her phone and opened the tourist group chat. There were several videos in the chat. They depicted the bloody aftermath in Mr. Zhang's villa. The door had been forcefully broken, and blood was everywhere, with a body lying in a pool of blood like a discarded rag doll, creating a horrifying scene. "They've gone mad. Does anyone have medicine? Please, I need anti-inflammatory drugs. Mr. Zhang was such a good man. How could those beasts do this to him? We can't sit idly by anymore. We need to unite. I suggest joining Mr. Long's group." "Ah, who said that old bastard was a good man? How many lives has he ruined? It's no surprise he met this end." The tourism company claimed these villas were highly secure. What a joke. We need to confront those people. Men should take action. Yes, if you're a man, stand up. Shut up. If we don't want to die, we need to prepare. Is there a doctor? My husband's wound is infected again. Who has heart medication? It's an emergency. Maria felt her tension rising as she read. Would these people attack her villa next? She was deeply worried. Maria was unaware that, due to landslides and mudflows, her villa and 8 others had become isolated from the rest of the area. Reaching her required navigating through treacherous mud and water or taking dangerous mountain paths in the torrential rain. Instinctively, Maria huddled in a corner, trembling. Lily, initially oblivious, noticed Maria's terrified state after a while, realizing Maria was utterly frightened. Lily's eyes welled up with tears, unsure of what to do. She remembered how, despite her fear, Maria had efficiently dealt with the burly intruder, killing him with her crossbow and disposing of the body. Was this really the same Maria? With a trembling voice, Lily said, "Maria, don't be afraid." Maria, shaking, turned her teary gaze to Lily. Oh right, Lily was still here. She had forgotten. She must have worried Lily. Maria blinked, stood up quickly, and tried to appear calm. "Don't be scared. We're going to be okay." Lily nodded, unsure whether to believe her, but Maria was her only hope. Maria said, "It's time for breakfast." Breakfast? Lily looked puzzled. She had tried to prepare breakfast earlier but found no food in the kitchen or storage. Last night's hot pot seemed to have been their last meal. In Lily's confused gaze, Maria went into the kitchen. 5 minutes later, the microwave beeped. Lily watched in astonishment as Maria brought out 2 bowls of porridge, 2 wraps, 2 eggs, and 2 loaves of bread. There had been no food in the kitchen, yet Maria had managed to prepare a meal. Where had the food come from? Maria handed over a pair of chopsticks and said, "Let's have breakfast." Chapter 14, more I don't remember. Alpha City. In a heavily guarded building, a middle-aged man adorned with gold leaves and 2 golden stars on his shoulders was chairing an important meeting. This meeting included 6 academicians from the meteorological and geological departments, 2 experts from the special police department, and various professionals from other departments. Greetings, experts. I am General Chin, the Deputy Commander of the National Flood Disaster Relief Effort. General Chin began. I've gathered you here today to discuss the issue of the global torrential rains and flooding. An assistant used a remote control to display images of cities devastated by the floods, and areas like Lop Nur, which had nearly turned into an ocean. The experts present looked grave. While China had experienced severe rainstorms before, they typically lasted no more than a day or 3 at the worst. Even such short durations had caused unimaginable damage. However, this global downpour had persisted for 15 days, and some regions started raining slightly later, but once it began, it hadn't stopped. The death toll and the number of missing people worldwide were still unaccounted for due to the ongoing disaster. Such prolonged and widespread rain was unprecedented and highly abnormal. Initially, there were speculations about whether North America had developed some sort of special weather weapon that triggered this global catastrophe. General Chin said, "We have compiled a document detailing the global flood situation and placed it before you. You have all given numerous opinions on this matter, and we will take them into consideration. Today, we have an additional agenda item." The assistant clicked the remote control, displaying a post on the screen. It was the question Maria had posted on Reddit. 26 days left until the end of the world. What should I prepare? The attendees were taken aback. As scientists, they were surprised that General Chin would bring up such a post as a discussion topic. To date, this post has accurately predicted the start of the torrential rain and has labeled this disaster as the apocalypse. I want to hear your thoughts on this, General Chin said, looking at the experts. Every year, there were various doomsday predictions. Any that gained significant attention were closely monitored to prevent potential illegal activities. Although bringing such a prophecy to a serious meeting might seem ridiculous, the ongoing global disaster was even more absurd. They couldn't ignore any possible clues in their efforts to manage the crisis. Meteorologist academician Huang Zhuan spoke up, "General Chin, if her predictions are accurate, we need to prepare for subsequent disasters while managing the current crisis." General Chin nodded. "Exactly." Huang continued, "Based on satellite observations, the entire globe is covered by thick cloud layers. With the hot and cold air currents colliding, multiple cyclones have formed, causing the global rainfall. If this continues, global snowfall might occur after 3 months, although this is unlikely." He glanced at a geologist beside him and added, "However, according to geological monitoring, the Earth's magnetic poles are currently shifting, which could lead to more disasters. We cannot rule out the possibility of this prediction being true. If possible, I would like to contact the person who made this post." General Chin replied, "That can be arranged." Maria's personal information, contact details, and activities after posting had all been thoroughly investigated. They knew she was currently hiding in a villa in the Pan Mountain scenic area. The assistant quickly dialed Maria's phone number. Maria had just finished breakfast. She routinely checked outside, nervous about potential threats approaching her villa. Suddenly, her phone rang. Who would be calling her at this time? Seeing an unknown number from Beijing City, Maria hesitated but answered the call. She was ready to hang up if anything seemed amiss. Hello? I am General Chin from the National Flood Disaster Relief Team. Are you Maria? We would like to ask you a few questions. Maria, feeling confused and her voice trembling, replied, Yes, I'm Maria. The experts at the meeting were concerned upon hearing her trembling voice, not knowing Maria's social anxiety and difficulty in communication. General Chin asked, Did you post 26 days left until the end of the world? What should I prepare? Maria's voice trembled again. Yes, I posted that. General Chin continued, Are the predictions in it true? Maria responded, I don't know, but I believe these disasters will happen. I forgot many other disasters and didn't write them down. When she had flipped through the book too quickly, Maria had only wanted to see the last page, which mentioned nothing but a magic space spell. Worse, when she tried to look back later, the words had disappeared. Explaining this to anyone seemed impossible without sounding crazy. General Chin's expression turned serious. He had hoped to confirm the predictions but didn't expect Maria to say there were even more disasters beyond those with specific timelines. General Chin said, Maria, please don't be nervous. How much do you remember about the subsequent disasters? Maria replied, Insects, birds, and beasts, including humans, will have a certain probability of mutating. More people will die from these mutations. Heavy rain disasters, extreme heat, and freezing snow will occur multiple times, each lasting at least 3 months. I don't know how long it will last. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, landslides, and mudslides will also occur. I don't remember more. Thinking of the doomsday prophecy she had read, Maria shared everything she remembered. She had hoped to stock up on food and hide in a high place, thinking that would be enough. But within just half a month, human-induced disasters in the tourist area had become more terrifying than natural ones. Coincidentally, someone claiming to be an official had contacted her. If the government was building shelters and she could secure a spot, it would be a way out of her current predicament. If the caller turned out to be a fraud, she had nothing to lose by sharing this information.